Oh man, hey, welcome back to the Flashmob podcast, baby. What's going on with y'all?
Yo.
Shit, nothing much, man. We've been gone so long. I forgot what episode this is.
We definitely gone for a little minute.
Yeah, man. I was at the crib and I was excited to get back to it. It's been a little hiatus. We took a little bit of time so we can appreciate and enjoy the Super Bowl. You know, I like the Eagles, and yeah, we just gonna go right past that.
Not a good outcome,
just,
so we're just gonna move past that one.
Oh shit,
We just gonna keep it pushing.
you ain't lying. Like the playoffs, it was like we definitely shut down. As soon as the playoffs started, we was like,
Yeah.
we ain't do like not at one. I think we did one.
Yeah.
That was like right before like the Ravens and Bengals game.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was like, nope. And then after a while, I'm like, hey, Eagles keep on going far. We gonna keep on getting these buys, baby.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, man. It was nice to take the break, but I don't record it.
You recorded?
I said I would have recorded.
Oh.
I think I was actually recording some of my other stuff too.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't record it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still appreciated the time that we got
Word.
off.
I was trying to respect it because my Ravens going that far.
Yeah.
Shit.
And I could dig that. I could dig that.
I would have been like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
But today we got a special guest, man.
Yes, sir.
We got a
we
special
do.
guest.
What's up, man?
Go ahead, introduce yourself. Who are you? The man, the method, legend.
I'm Deonte Cooley. That's,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I wear so many hats, man. I don't even know which way they come in. But since we on the cast and I run the social experiment.
Social
podcast.
experiment, yep.
I had my man thing on there before doing
Yep.
the interview. So, just here, return the favor, come kick it with the fellas, see what's going on, have a good conversation.
Smooth.
For sure,
Yeah,
for sure.
and
with it.
that was a really good interview. I like the question you were asking, and I kind of like the direction of your podcast. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
If I could be describing it wrong, and if I am, correct me. But you kind of like focus more on like positive people that are having impact on the community, right?
Absolutely.
And people that that are trying to make a change. You know what I mean? I really like that.
Yeah.
I think everybody is always trying to do just entertainment, just this, just that. I mean, we're just entertainment, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of value in just entertainment,
Right,
but
right.
it's also real cool and real special when somebody's actually trying to bring people together to make a change.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very intentional too, because when you see different shows and you see different people on the internet and they talking about people, I mean, you really don't see too much positivity being highlighted.
I agree.
You know what I mean, a lot of people are just exploiting other people, or
Word.
talking about different subjects. And I know, like within our community, it's a lot of different things going on, and we don't know the who's who. You know
Word.
what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't know the people who are doing good things or who are trying to get themselves more involved. So I figured I would kind of highlight different people who got different stuff going on. Some of the young guys need mentors. Some of the single mothers need men to look at. Some people need information. And like far as highlighting different people in the community and talking about some of the different things that they got going on, it's more of a local thing. So then that way we can find help and support within the men. And now I've had a woman on there. So now the men
Smooth.
and the women in the community, as far as like how we can uplift and build with each other.
Yeah. Shout out to Brooklyn too. We're gonna get her on here eventually.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to get
cool.
Brooklyn on here, man.
Cool,
You gotta
cool.
get Brooklyn on here.
So what made you start it? What was the inspiration behind it? Like,
So-
because you could have picked any idea. Why the
Right.
social experiment?
So the reason why I did it, like I had intentions on doing it a while ago, and the show had a completely different name, and it was with somebody else. But again, the intention was still the same thing. It's as far as like talking about things that are, I guess, uncomfortable to talk about, that need to be talked about, and then from people who actually are like in the works of doing this stuff or seeing this stuff happen. Because a lot of people, you see them on the news and they talking about the problems in our community or things that we can do to change, but these are people who aren't actually inside the community doing the actual work.
Yeah.
So the intent was, again, like just to kind of acknowledge different people who are doing different things. And then on top of that, to like kind of boost the confidence and I guess the esteem of certain men and some men, and like kind of get rid of the modesty, because people who do good things and good works, they're quiet about it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I do this out of the goodness of my heart, and I don't want any fame or notoriety.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, when you look at people, like, and I tell everybody I've interviewed, like, if you were to rob a bank, you'd be publicized.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would make it seem like you were this horrible person. So if you're doing good things, and we living in the trendy times, like let's say, for instance, if I say I did 20 hours of community service this week, and I'm publicizing, I'm broadcasting it, it's frowned upon for some people, because it's like, if you're doing it out the goodness of your heart, do it out the goodness of your heart.
Yeah.
If you want to compete with me and you don't know what I'm doing, and let's say, for instance, you thinking, who this dude think he is? Like, now I'm going to up him. I'm going to do 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm getting more people to do good things and to talk about it so other people can follow it. Because if I was out here saying I'm hitting FanDuel every week for 20,000, everybody would be trying to figure out the formula on how I'm hitting FanDuel. So I just figured it would be enough people to watch it and pay attention to where hopefully people start following suit.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Right.
It's like positive reinforcement for not just the negative. You know what I'm saying? The negative always gets highlighted, so yeah.
So, yeah, that was just my intention with it, you know?
Okay. I really like the podcast, and I want to talk about it a lot more later, but I think it would be pretty cool, and if y'all agree with it, we could do it this way. Kind of like learn about you, have a conversation with you, and then swing back around and detail the podcast.
It's cool for me, man. Works for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so what's some I kind of know you a little bit from coming at the shop and just having conversations with you, and it's some things that I know that you kind of like to do. Like you focus on fitness, you focus on health, you focus on like what's some things that you would want to speak about before I even ask questions as like something that's important and that the people at home who listen to you or who might look up to you should start to prioritize and think about in their personal lives.
Well, then I guess, like, honestly, myself, I'm a very selfish person. You know what I mean? Selfish, intentional person. So the things that I do, like when I do these things, I do them because I want to, not because anybody's making me do it or because it's the right thing to do. You know what I mean? So I focus on myself. When you talk about fitness, you talk about health, you talk about mental health and stuff like that. Like, I make sure that I take care of myself first before I can do anything for anybody. So, I mean, even like when you say somebody following something, I think that would be the first thing. Is to be a selfish person, but not like how the word is looked at negatively, but to actually really focus on yourself and understand who you are, what you're doing, what you got going on, what you are good at, and also what you aren't good at. Because a lot of us waste a lot of our time trying to do things we aren't good at, trying to perfect something that we will never, ever be able to perfect. And then I think with that comes learning how to build relationships with people.
Yeah.
Because if I know that I'm not good at something, I'm not going to waste my time doing it. I'm going to maximize my time doing things that I'm good at. But I'm going to partner with people who, like, let's say, for instance, I'm good. We're working on the car, and I'm good at the windows, and you're good at the tires, and you're good at the doors, and you're good under the hood. I would have no business being under the hood if I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take me too much time. I'm going to maximize my time by partnering with somebody like yourself to get under the hood, and then the things that I can't do. So, like, I guess about me, like, and when I say that, it rubs people the wrong way, you know what I'm saying? I'm selfish. You know, I'm like, yeah, I'm a selfish person. Oh, no, you don't strike me as a... Like, yeah, no, if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. I don't care how many people it's going to impact or how powerful it may be for my image if I don't feel like it, because I'm not going to give it my all, you know what I mean? So I like to take care of myself first, and then everything that I do outside of that is intentional, and it's for me to feel good, even if it's helping somebody. Like, if I help 100 people, it's not because 100 people needed help. It's because I selfishly wanted to help.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So I kind of like to focus on me first before I do anything for anybody else. It's just on the flip side, like, my intentions are always good.
Yeah.
So when I do decide to do something or help somebody, it's kind of like it's pure, it's genuine.
Yeah.
It wasn't a publicity stunt. It wasn't because I was begged or asked to do it. It was because this is what I felt in my heart I wanted to and needed to do, and I did it. And everything that I did was good, or at least the intention was good, to where if any mistakes did come, I can accept it.
Right.
Word. I mean, that's dope. I mean, honestly, that's how it should be for real.
100%.
Just like, you got to work on yourself, because if I ain't right, I can't be trying to help somebody else out, because shit, I'm about to be putting out bullshit.
Yeah.
But if I'm getting myself together and I'm getting myself right and I'm in a good mindset, then I can give off that extra motivation, the extra opinion, the extra everything to make that person better.
Yeah.
But you definitely got to worry about yourself first.
Right.
Yeah.
It start with yourself first.
It's like that adage, you can't help nobody if you can't. Oh, what is this like? You can't help nobody if you
can't help yourself.
Can't help yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so you gotta.
The blind leading the blind.
Help anybody, you gotta take care of yourself.
Word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word.
And I think the biggest thing with that, though, too, is like, it's very cliche to say it, but then when you actually live by that, it's difficult.
Yeah.
Because when you focus on yourself and taking care of yourself, you also have to acknowledge your downfalls.
Yeah.
You have to acknowledge your faults, you know what I mean, your misfortunes and stuff like that. Hold yourself accountable, be responsible for whatever it is, and actually work towards, I guess, dealing with some of those situations. And while working and dealing with some of those situations, you feel less than a man sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're human beings.
Yeah.
We make mistakes, we fall short, but then we also men, so we prideful. You know what I mean? So when I'm doing some self-reflection, I'm realizing I'm not being the best father that I would like to be. Like, what man wants to come out of his mouth and say, I'm not being a good dad today, or not being a good partner today, or a good son. And then actually, sometimes you do some things that if somebody else were to do it, you would be like, yo, you tripping.
Yeah.
So it's hard to kind of like say, you know, if I'm not right with me, I can't be good for anybody else, because a lot of us will try to deflect our downfalls and our shortcomings and go and overly help somebody else so that they don't make the same mistakes that we did. We're not even fixing the mistakes that we made with ourselves. So I might help you do everything, and then behind closed doors, I'm still doing the same mess. Like, I'm not one of them type of people. That I try to get my shit together when I'm with me as well. Like, I don't just talk what I do. I actually live this. You know what I mean? And that's why I feel comfortable talking to people and working with people and dealing with people, because I'm a work in progress. And I practice what I preach, so I encourage people to do the same. And I can kind of sense and filter who is and who isn't. And then I figure out if I want to help, again, because I'm selfish, or if I don't want to, because if I feel like you're going to waste my time, I'll try to maximize my time.
I'm with you.
To waste it or take advantage of it.
Okay.
You said two things kind of like stood out to me as you were speaking. One thing, as I'm continuing to like read and watch motivational videos and stuff like that online, I keep seeing the same theme, and it's always said you should practice saying no to people like at least once a day, or like say no to things. Get comfortable with saying no to things. So then that way, when it's time to say yes to things, you're way more happy about it. You're way more excited. So when you say, if you don't want to do it, you're not willing to do it, that's a great mindset. And a lot of times, like, the world might make us feel like if someone makes a request, you got to oblige that request. And that's bullshit. That's just for other people to be able to take advantage of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I really like that. And then there was another sentiment you said, and I'm kind of like blanking on it a little bit, but it's gonna come back. If it's supposed to come back, it's gonna come back. But I really did like that. That like, and I've been practicing that. You know, like I watched this. What's his name? Brian Tracy time management video. It's like 40 minutes long. If anybody's trying to get better with their time management, check that video out. It's old, but it's all gems. And one of the things he said on there, I keep blanking. I keep coming up with it. I keep having a good point, and then I like try to, you know what I'm saying, tell him something, and then I blank on it again. If it's supposed to come around, it'll come around.
No, but like you were saying a lot of dope shit like on that. And see, I got the problem of I try to help people around me so much that like I will overly help people and then abuse myself with the effort I'm giving out. Because now it's like putting out that energy, and I'm not getting that energy back, so I can't provide for myself the way I would like to. But at any time somebody would need my help, I would just gain that extra energy to put out. So.
And would it like negatively impact you and have you feeling?
For sure, like you're definitely gonna like for like fitness, mental, like all that stuff for real. You just feel like you feel yourself slipping in a sense.
Mental for sure.
The issues I run into with that is, or did in the past, is when I'm trying to help somebody, I see their potential more than they see it.
Word, you're right.
You know what I mean? So I'm like when you say like I'm abusing myself because I'm overly like, you might give me your vision and you ain't seen it from the perspective I am. And I'm like, all right, now you got to do this. Now you got to do that. Now you got to do it. And then when you don't do it, I'm looking at you like, yo, no, you tripping, bro. But then I'm going to try to still encourage you to do it. So I'm putting way more effort and energy into you than I am myself. And on top of it, I'm putting way more effort and energy into whatever it is that we were pursuing than you are, to where it comes a point in time to where I've helped people so much that the things that they were doing started to look like mine. The words that they were saying started to sound like mine. And then they got to the point to where when I stopped helping or I removed myself, the project fell completely flat because I poured so much into this person in their project. And then I beat myself up because I seen the potential in the project. And I feel like I failed the person or the person failed, but because I overly did it. So I had to learn to take a step back, because if not, like, you'll want to see everybody succeed and you will do every single thing that you can. And some people take advantage of it.
Word, you right though.
You know what I mean?
Word.
You give them your all, but then when you go home and you looking at your, like I'm heavy on dry erase boards and writing notes and stuff. So then when you look at your board and your checklist, it's like, man, thing one was help bro, and I had 10 things on my list, but I've been helping bro all day. I didn't the other list, but now bro's winning.
Word.
Which I wanted in turn to win, but it's like, now I'm not winning.
Yeah.
And then you help people sometimes so much, or people who can't help you in return. It's like when it's time for them to return the favor, since you helped them so much, they don't have the abilities or the skills to help you with the things that you need help with.
Yeah.
You had to come to their level to help them. So it's like, if you help me with my problems, how am I supposed to help you with yours? So then I find myself stuck again trying to figure it out. But I agree with you there. Like, I've had that issue when it's just like you pour into somebody, and then it's not reciprocated, or you give them too much.
But like, I feel like that's probably like the downfall of like being good hearted though, because like you doing this out of the greatness of your heart.
Yeah.
So like you're doing it because you want to, and you would like it back, but you're not begging for it back. But you would want it back. But you got people that you will help out, and they'll look at you like, I don't got to give you that shit back. You chose to give it to me.
Yeah.
And which is correct, I did. But like, give me a little something. You know what I'm saying? Give me a little something.
The thing is about those people, they're gonna burn. It's not burning a bridge, but they're gonna not have a resource that was available before and willing to do so much for you. So if I help you, and like when you were talking, you were saying they can't do nothing for me. My thing is, I don't care what you can do for me. I care more about the intention that behind your attempt to do something for me. So if I do something for you and you can't do it for me because you don't have the capacity, but I see a willingness in you too, I'm helping you all day. I got as long as I can take care of my stuff first, and I got that extra energy, I'm helping you all day, because what you might not have for me now, you could have for me in the future. And it might not be in the same size. You might have something bigger for me than I have for you.
Word.
But I definitely work hard to kind of identify the people that are energy leeches, and the people that only want the relationship for what they can get out of it.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's big.
Yep.
And I remember what I was about to say earlier, because I'm gonna write this stuff down because I feel like I'm blanking a lot. But it was the accountability thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Accountability. I love accountability, and even though, like you were saying, it's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
And it's a hard thing to deal with. It's like hitting the gym. Everyone's like, oh, I want to hit the gym. I want to da. And then the thing that they always say is, man, it's gonna suck the first week. There's like a little barrier to get over, but once you get over, there's so much positive that you get back from it. So accountability, even though it seems like it might suck, and even though it seems like it could be a burden, I think it's an amazing thing. Yeah. I actually started an accountability group because I want more accountability in my life.
Let's talk about that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I started like 3 weeks ago, and our purpose is just to, like, I can't tell nobody in the group what they should be doing, but everybody kind of comes in with their own desire for what they want to achieve throughout the year, throughout the week, throughout the month, whatever, and then you basically like present what you want to achieve, and then my job is to hold you accountable to what you said you were gonna do.
Right.
And your job is to hold me accountable to what I said I was gonna do.
Right.
So if I put a list of 20 things for today, I better have 17 of them things done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I gotta scale back tomorrow. I gotta, So it's accountability is beautiful, man. And for people that never actually acknowledge accountability, how would y'all describe the word accountability and what it means to y'all?
How would I describe the word? Okay, so I would understanding what you're doing, knowing when you're doing the wrong thing, correcting yourself when you're doing the wrong thing, getting back on track with the right thing. Also, accountability is acknowledging when you are doing the right thing, and appreciating yourself and acknowledging yourself for doing the right thing, because oftentimes we don't give ourselves credit because we were supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But then it's just kind of like, if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and I feel good about it and behind it, I feel like I deserve a little bit of recognition, because when you accomplish a small goal, it makes you want to do more.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing good at what I'm supposed to do, I'll pat myself on the back. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Today was a good day. You did everything that you said you was going to do.
Absolutely.
Keep going, keep doing that you did, man. But when it comes to accountability, for somebody who wouldn't know the word, I would explain that as far as like being able to recognize what you need to do, actually doing it, recognizing what you need to do that you're not doing, getting yourself together, and don't be afraid of the fact that you're falling short in certain areas as long as you're willing to correct them.
Okay.
I'm with that.
I got a question.
Got anything to add on to
Oh no,
to
no,
that
no.
accountability thing?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he smoked that. I mean, he did. Word. The only thing else I would say is like sometimes you got to put the shoe on the other foot sometimes too.
Yeah.
And look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Because with accountability, people like they don't want to accept the truth. They don't want to look in the mirror.
Absolutely.
They don't want to see the other side.
I think accountability is a personal thing. Accountability is like self-esteem or self-image. It's like you can only hold somebody accountable once they invite you into allowing them to be accountable. But it's a me thing.
Yeah.
Nobody can ever hold me accountable if I'm not already someone who holds myself accountable.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And the only thing I'm gonna add to that, I love the definition you gave, but I used to think of accountability as like a eagerness to blame everything on me and take care of everything and take care of everything basically.
Okay.
But recently I made a distinction. You know what I'm saying? I feel like accountability is big on understanding what you can do, which what you said, what you actually can change, which is super important, but also understanding fundamentally what you can't and taking that off of your plate.
Exactly.
Because sometimes you could go overboard with that accountability, and you like when you're trying to save people, when you're trying to, like I was saying, if somebody else isn't if someone else isn't allowing themselves to be held accountable, you can never hold them accountable. Because they can deflect all day.
Everything. Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So I've been getting big on like the things, like do what you can and what you can't don't. You know what I'm saying? Like if that is not my responsibility, but if that is something I can't control, I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta learn to. Some people you gotta learn to give up on. Some people.
Yeah.
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 I've had to learn
Yeah,
that.
word. Yeah.
That's a hard thing to say.
I was about to say
but
that's a hard pill to swallow sometimes.
Yeah.
For real.
Family, friends. You know, like
Word.
some people you just gotta like. If they don't want it, you can't force it on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't force it
That's
on them.
another difficulty of accountability is understanding that your right hand man is not your right hand man.
Yeah.
I mean, or like I've told people this before. It sounds kind of insensitive to say it, but like even my siblings, like I didn't pick them. I picked my friends. You know what I mean? I didn't pick my family members. So my cousins who are, you know, that whole blood is thicker than water thing is like, I'm not a big fan of that anymore. You know, as I said it as a kid growing up, you think family over everything and all of that, but then you realize that like I'm only one person, you one person. I'm not gonna. If you're my cousin, I can't control your actions, and we don't have to think the same.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. But I don't have to align myself with you, and I don't have to look out for you if you're out here doing what you know you causing a mess or creating a mess of your life, and I'm linking with people who want to see me win, who want to help me, and they're not my family. Like I need to understand how important it is for me to realize that I get to pick my friends.
Yeah.
I don't get to pick my family, and some of those people you have to cut off outside, and it's as crazy as it sounds, sometimes it's mom and dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's brothers and sisters because everybody's mentality isn't at the same point.
Yeah.
And you will find yourself arguing with people who want to deflect all the time and you wasting your time as opposed to you having conversations with friends that you've put into your life.
Yeah.
It's going to point you in the right direction.
Exactly.
It's going to support you and you can support them and vice versa. So like when it comes to accountability, I think the hardest pill to swallow is like even when it comes to your significant other, realizing who is not for you.
Yeah.
And not trying to make them for you.
Yeah.
And just letting them be who they are without having any ill will towards them.
Yeah.
And finding a new circle. But then on the flip side, you got to be able to deal with the backlash that you get from people saying, oh, you think you better than.
Yeah.
Or you switched up.
Yeah.
Or why you hanging with them. You got to realize that, like, that's a hard pill to swallow, too. And it's easy to get sucked back into that because when you have a relationship with somebody for so long, they know how to play in your heartstrings.
Word.
Yeah.
Word.
You
Word.
might be like, oh, how you gonna leave me when, you know, bro, we was working on X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. You kind of remember, like, yeah, you're right, bro. Like, you know what? I'm gonna get, like, we gonna figure out some time to get together. We gonna sit down and we talk.
Yep.
And you know that's not beneficial for your life.
Yeah.
And you know at the end of the day, that person might just be an energy leech and just suck the
Word.
life out.
Word.
But it's like, I love you so much that I gotta come. I love myself more than I love you.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, bro, I switched up. Like, yeah, bro, I changed. Like,
Yeah.
I'm getting brand new, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's just, this ain't what it used to be. I'm going here. I don't know where you're going. I just know you're not. You know, I'm not knocking you for where you're going. I just know you and I are not going in the same direction, so it makes no sense for me to get in a car with you and go this way.
Yeah.
And your way, I mean, again, everybody gets to pick what their quality of life looks like
Yeah.
and what their success looks like. So your success and my success may not align.
Word.
You might look at it as success with you running the streets. I might look at it as success as me running the business. And they don't
Tripping.
know. Me and you, we just go our separate ways without any judgment.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I think think that's a good segue for a question I had. I don't know how old you are, but was there like a defining moment in your life when you were younger that you went through that made you want to look at things a little different? Look yourself in the mirror, start to see the world around you, and just start to observe and say, I want to make a change and start to lead myself.
I can't like pinpoint a specific moment because I ran the streets a little bit and I call myself being a hustler, selling drugs. I done been stabbed and shot at, and I done played in the streets.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like, no, honestly,
lying.
that really wasn't nothing for me for real because like the mindset that we have growing up in the environments that we do, that's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And when you survive those things, you're quote unquote cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I have children. I have 8 children. You know what I mean? So and my father, he didn't play this biggest role in my life that I would like for him to. And I'm not saying that to put my dad down. We have our differences or whatever. But as I start getting older and maturing into a man and started understanding, like I'm nosy and I'm a nerd. So, you start seeing different things. You understand financial literacy. You see the importance of being, like, addressing your mental health. And then you see certain people that are doing great things. And, like, I want to know, I don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
So I want to know, how did you get to where you are? You watch somebody else's story and you realize, like, I need to make changes within myself, like, intentionally. Not because some woman said it or not because my employer said it. But if I want to be the best version of myself, then I need to figure out what I need to do for me in order for me to get there. And I think, like, I was talking on my show the other day, my oldest daughter, she's 18 years old, kind of sparked a change in me for real because she got to the point where she started asking about boys. You know what I mean? She started asking about money. She started being curious about school. And it's like, yo, I need to be around and have these conversations with my daughter because I have other daughters after her.
Yeah.
But if I continue to throw stones at the penitentiary or try to be cool or try to be that dude out here, I'm not going to be who I need to be for my children. My legacy is not going to look good. You know what I mean? So I guess it was just over time as me getting older and understanding, like, what I didn't want my life to look like, comparing my situation to my peers, comparing my situation to my father, and just kind of seeing what I can do to make myself be a better. I'm 36 years old. I don't know if that's old to y'all or not, but, like, understanding what I need to do for me to become a better man, just, like, every single day is a work in progress because I'm still a work in progress. You know what I mean? I'm still a man. I'm still from the community. I'm still from the hood. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I have those moments where I feel like, it'd be easier to do this. Like, me working on myself every single day is not easy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Word.
Where I want to take the easy way out like we all have growing up. So, I mean, I don't think it was like a specific moment, but I will say, like, as far as me being a father, me having the type of father that I had growing up, and then me seeing other people start to be successful and get money and be prominent, and they're not in the streets with it, or not in the hood with it, but it's like, so you telling me it's ways for me to be successful and for me to be able, my kids to be able to brag about me and me to be able to go wherever I want to go without having to worry about anything was kind of like the it for me. Like, I want to be free.
Yeah.
Right.
Word. I'm with you.
Smooth.
I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to something you said a little while ago. You said you can't pick family, but you can pick friends.
Absolutely.
And I watched a thing recently, and it was talking about how a lot of your friends aren't necessarily your friends. You guys are friends of a circumstance or friends of a vice. And what they were saying in this video, I watch a lot of motivational videos and stuff like that. What they were saying is many people tend to think that they're friends with people because they knew the people for a long time. And the thing is, if you realize and you look at your friends list from maybe before, maybe not now because you're getting more intentional about picking your friends, you'll realize a lot of your friends you only ever hang out with them or interact with them under specific circumstances. So if you smoke, you got friends that every time you try to smoke, yo, link up, let's blaze up. If you drink and chase hoes, you got friends that's, yo, let's go to the bar, da-da-da. Or it's always, or get on the game. And if there's, and if the game isn't there, or the hoes ain't there, or the drinks or the smoke ain't there, then it's like, y'all sitting, it's like, oh, all right, bro, I'm gonna fuck with you later. Right. And like, those people aren't really your friends. Those are just people that you pass time with. You know what I'm saying? And then, I'm gonna just go off of that for now. I'm gonna ask the second question a little later. How do you intentionally go about picking your friends now? Okay, so now that you're more intentional with it.
All right, so how do I go about picking my friends? I tell people all the time, and like, again, I'm a selfish person.
Yes.
So, and I'm a very resourceful person. I'm a beneficial person. So I pick and choose my friends based on how people are going to use me.
Okay.
Because I'm the type of person I'm gonna use you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If you're good at something or you're good for something, and I want a piece of that or a part of that, I'm gonna spend more time with you so that I can kind of obtain some of those things, and I'm gonna use you for what you're good for.
Yeah.
But in return, I'm gonna reciprocate that, and I tell my friends like, listen, use me up, take advantage of my time, take advantage of my knowledge, take advantage of my presence, because I want you to do so because I'm going to use you, and I let people know that. And if you're not okay with that, then we can't be friends or we can't be associates because I bring something to the table, and I hope that you bring something to the table. So it's intentionally using somebody, but making sure that they understand I'm going to use you, but I'm going to give you everything that I'm going to take from you and maybe even more. Like your expertise might be apples and mine might be oranges. While you're teaching me about apples, you better be learning about oranges because I'm going to be intentional with my time and our interactions, but I'm also going to be open to giving you what I'm taking from you. And then there are some people, like you said, if I'm sitting around you and all you want to talk about is smoking or drinking or the game or whatever the case may be, that's cool, that's your thing. I don't have to spend that time with you because I can't take anything from you because those aren't my interests. Not knocking you for what your interests are, but those aren't my interests. So if we can't sit around and have a productive conversation and you're not using me and taking advantage of me and all you want to do is just hang out with me to be by my side, we can't. Like, it's cool if we hanging. What are we talking about when we hanging?
Word.
If we're not talking about or doing anything when we hanging, I don't want you around me because you're not using me like you should and you're making me feel useless. And I always want to feel useful, and I want useful people around me. So I pick people and I put them in my life based on how I can use them. And I allow them the opportunity to use me, and I let them know that I'm accessible for them to use.
Is it every instance we have to be productive type of situation, or is it you gotta be a mostly productive person and then we could have chill time too?
No, so so the people that like I'm productive with, we find common interests, and sometimes, you know, it's leisure time. I'm a workaholic, so if I'm hanging with you, you're the type of person to where you laugh all the time or you work out all the time, I'm hanging with you. I'm gonna kick it with you because I don't know how to shut it off. So I need people around me to teach me how to shut it off and teach me how to have fun. So let's say, for instance, you the friend who I want to party with. If we party together, that's cool. And then tomorrow you call me like, hey, bro, can you teach me a little bit about blase blah? I got you. You know what I mean? Because you helped me come out of my comfort zone and have a little fun. I used you for that. So on the flip side, whatever information you get from me, you use me for that. It doesn't always have to necessarily be productive. It would look like productivity to me because there are certain areas in my life that I know I need to expand on and minimize. And then on the flip side, you might be the person to help me expand and minimize on. And then you also might need areas of help in your life. So it doesn't always have to be productive. It's just my interactions are intentional enough to where if I want to have fun, yo, Ding, what's up? What you got going on, man? Let's go shoot some hoops or something. You might be like, oh, yeah, cool. We shoot around, and you call me the next day like, yo, bro, I'm working on this little assignment or whatever. I need your input on it. I need your I got you. You know what I mean? I just have fun with you. We were just kicking it. So I don't look at it as like productivity as far as it always has to be business or elevation or growing. We need to be able to be helping one another. If it's exercise, if it's mental health, if it's recreational, if it's leisurely. But on the flip side, you have to be able to come to me and let me know that you need something from me because I don't want to just take advantage of you just giving me all of you and you're not doing that with yourself to where I can assist you.
Smooth.
Yeah, I'm glad I asked because it's you got an interesting perspective on it in the sense that you don't separate productivity. You don't separate productivity from all the other benefits, right? Because you can have a friend who has the benefit of laughter. That shit is like. It's amazing, but most people won't be like, this is beneficial. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't think about that. So I like that you don't just like, okay, this person can benefit me in writing this and writing that. It's like all of it. Like this person, if I might be saying it wrong, but you essentially look for someone that adds value to your life and also takes value from your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, like with all that going on, how do you balance business and pleasure?
So again, like for pretty much picking my people, and then like that's something that I'm learning to do. So I pick people who can help me do that because like I'm so go. Again, I got 8 kids. You know what I mean? And I like to be active in their lives. I like to make sure that they can have nice things and do nice things. So I have to always be doing some type of business. You know what I mean? And then I put people in my life when he was talking about accountability partners, like, yo, bro, you've been at it for a little bit. Like, let's just kick it for the week. Let's just chill.
Word.
You know what I mean? Then I find that balance with the people. Or if I say, be like, man, I've been running and ripping, like, man, you know, what's the agenda? Now I got people around me that's like, cool, now we can take a break or whatever. So, like, it's me working on balance for myself to be able to separate that business and the pleasure because I mean sometimes they intermingle in it, which is good.
Yeah.
Sometimes they intermingle, which is bad as well. Like, I don't like being out somewhere if I'm having a good time and somebody walk up to me like, "Yo, bro, can you help me with my credit score?"
Okay, yeah.
Like,
Word, I'm with you.
if I'm out with a group of fellas and then we kicking it, let's say we go on a weekend and we wake up the next day, you're like, "Oh yeah, now we can talk about it."
Okay, yeah.
You see me in the club and try to, and then if we sitting here having a business meeting, don't like be like, "All right, bro, listen, we finna X, Y," like let's close the meeting first.
Yeah.
Then we can talk about what we're gonna do, because when they intertwine, like I used to have a lot of fun.
Okay, yeah.
So I know what it's like to have fun and be irresponsible. And I don't want to get back to just having fun and being irresponsible and doing business when it's time to.
Yeah.
Word, I'm with you.
Fun when it's time to.
I'm with you.
Do you feel like you're? Because I'm struggling with this, right? I think I'm very similar to you, where I'm a fiend for work. I'm a fiend for grinding. I'm a fiend for this. But I never, but I also love having fun. You know what I'm saying? If you ask all my friends, I'm always like laughing and joking, trying to be the center of attention. And the thing is, I have a hard time creating time for fun. So I'll go grind, put my head down, grind. And then I'll just like get burnt out. And then it'll be like flipping a switch. And now I'm bullshitting for like a week straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hang out. I'm going out, trying to see what's up with girl. Like, how do you, like, have you found your ratio of grind time in comparison to chill time? Like actually like breaking down the balance to where you're able to articulate it. Have you found that? And if you have, how do you get to a point where you're like, I need this much grind time, right? Mixed with this much hangout time and fun time.
So I haven't. No, I haven't. Honestly, like anytime I'm doing something, even when it's hangout time, like let's say I go somewhere, we go to let's go have some drinks or we go sit down and eat, and I know it's chill time. I might be in there like, I wonder how much money they pay every month. You know what I mean? I wonder. I count the people in the room. Like, okay, dang, the bartender, they got to pay these people. And I'm supposed to be having fun. Like, even if I go to somewhere, let's say like round one or something.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sitting there trying to figure out how much money the swipes is costing, plus the tickets with teddy bears. So, like, I haven't found a balance yet. I think the only way that I do find balance is when I leave Erie. Because I feel like anytime that I'm here, I'm responsible to be doing something for somebody, even if it's for myself.
Yeah.
So I might take a trip to, let's say, Myrtle Beach or something like that. I know I'm only responsible for even my kids. At that point, I can't do anything in a matter of hours, so I'm only responsible to me and for me.
Yeah.
So, like, when I get my breaks, I have to leave. Because if I don't leave, Erie is so small, we pretty much all know each other to where drop of a hat, you could be there for somebody doing something. And then at the drop of the hat, like, I feel like there's so much opportunity going on around here because everybody's complaining about what we don't have and what we lack. There's a solution to every problem.
Yeah.
So I'm a solution-based person. So when you live in a city or a society that's full of problems, the only thing that you can think about is solutions unless you're not here.
Yeah.
So I can be out somewhere and be like, okay, they charging a door fee. It's about 100 people in here. There's 20 a head. They made about 2,000 on the door. Then they selling potato chips, water, blah, blah, blah. And the whole time, you know, the music playing, I'm jamming to the music, but the wheels are still turning. Like, how do I turn this into some type of way for me to make money or for me to have some type of, how do I get involved? So I might introduce myself to the owner of the place. You know what I mean? I don't know, randomly, like, hey, you know, what's going on? I see what you got going. It's a nice operation, man. I came here for the first time. It's nice. I'm pretty sure you've been doing good numbers. I'm going to come check you out. We should be friends.
Yeah.
And so I have a hard time doing that unless I leave the city of Erie.
Okay. Yeah, I also don't think it's bad that both things can be turned on at all times, like the fun aspect as well as like the work aspect. I just personally, I was looking for an answer for myself because I have a hard ass time of separating the two. You know, and I saw this thing a long time ago, and I think I want to implement it of like actually just writing fun time into your schedule. Because I never write fun. Like today, I probably put like 20, 30 things that I needed to do on my thing. And none of it was, I mean, this is fun. Just because it's a fun thing.
Word.
But if I wasn't doing this, everything would be do this, do that, get to work, do the gym, da-da-da.
Okay.
Right.
So it's like, I think personally, I want to start incorporating more like, actually that's cap. Because today I did go to the coffee shop and sit there for an hour, relax, and just like think.
See, I look at it like this, and I know, like, I've dealt with people who told me this was wrong, but, like, how do you chill when there's so much opportunity around you at all times? Like, even sitting in a coffee shop.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised some of the conversations that happen in the coffee shop that turn into great ideas. And you're like,
for sure.
I'm just chilling here for an hour. somebody sees you, hey, you the barber guy, you know, you just got the podcast, you know, I see you always in the gym, like, you think you could train me? Let's get, and now it turns into a conversation to where it's just like, it's so much going on. Again, like I said, living in the city of Erie, when there's so much going on around you, like, I don't understand how people don't have certain things. Now, again, that's just based on my quality of life. I can't put my lifestyle on anybody else's, you know what I mean? But, like, I was scrubbing toilets as a janitor at one point in time. You know, summertime I get broke, I'll cut grass. Wintertime I'll shovel, plow, whatever the case may be. So I don't understand how, when there's so much opportunity around here, how people can find fun time. And I'm not knocking it because I would love to be able to do so. And like, even I work so hard that I can't even sit down. Like I remember last time I've like watched TV. I don't watch too much TV unless I'm sitting down. But when I sit down, I'll fall asleep. Yeah. Like I kid you not. Like I rip and run and go so much. If I'm sitting down and it's not in a setting to where some type of business or something is about to be going on, if I go home and sit down, I'll sit down, boom, go to sleep. Yeah. Now I wake up 4:30, 5 o'clock. I can go until 2 a.m. if I'm on my feet or if I'm going. If you grounded. If I sit down at 9:30, that's it. Eat something, and then literally 5-10 minutes, bro. Like there's no way. Like I done got in arguments or conversations with people because like you lying, you ain't sleep until they actually see it for themselves. In the introductory stage, you meeting a female or something. Yep. Oh, you was out here dealing, and then you finally get the kicking with them. Like, all right, let's just sit down, let's just talk, let's just chill. All right, cool. We sitting there, turn the movie on. Out. Like, is you sleep? Like, yeah. Like, so I don't know how to have fun other than leave. I'm working on doing that. Yeah. Even some of the stuff that I've been doing around here that looks like fun, I'm looking at it like marketing. I'm looking at it like building my brand. I'm looking at it like networking and attracting more people so that I can do greater things. So it be stuff that I be doing on social media that looks like fun and it's work. Yeah.
But like, my bad. But like moving fast like that, fast paced. How don't you get burnt out? Like, what do you do to not get burnt out?
Leave or crash.
Oh, okay.
Like my body has shut down on me before to where it's like, and I feel it coming. Like, I work so hard, work so much. It's like, I'm starting to get a little sick. I'm starting to get a little tired. Okay, I might sleep for 2 days. Like, damn. Up and like not sleep straight through for 2 days, but like get more sleep than I typically would. Yeah, I'm with you. Because I done did so much. But it doesn't happen like every week. It's like a quarterly thing or like every 6 months type of thing. Like I don't know what it is. Yeah. Or how a lot of people ask me that, like, how do you just go? And then I don't eat no meat. So it's days where I forget to eat on top of that. But
okay, all right. Yeah.
I just go, bro. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like I tell people all the time, and it's crazy to say this, and that's why I take a lot of notes and save notes on my phone. Like I feel like I work so hard that and I don't want to speak to people. I don't say that, but I feel like I'm gonna end up losing my mind. You know what I mean? Because like I go so hard, I'm thinking so much. I know so many people that like I go, to my mind outworks my body to where I feel like once it's gonna come a point in time to where I'm not gonna be able to act on my thoughts anymore because it's so huge.
I'm about to tell you, it's been going so much, you still spinning. Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah. So I write a lot of stuff down.
I think what you're saying too, like how I'm seeing it is in the past, in the past year, I've been actively trying to stay away from downtown, outside. I'll still have fun, I'll still hang out, but my idea of fun is shifting. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, even though right now we're working, but this is socializing.
Right. Yeah.
So like a lot of the stuff you say you'll be here, there, and the other, and you'll be like still working. I think fun needs to start, like people need to start identifying what they consider as fun. You know what I'm saying? And maybe change their perspective of fun. Because fun can mean, go to the club, drink a bunch, hang out with a bunch of hoes, whatever. But it can also mean like create a cool podcast. It could also mean come up with cool conversations. It could also mean, you know what I'm saying? Promote an event. Instead of you going and being a consumer of the event, you promote an event. Now you selling tickets and you making money. And everybody coming up to you, what's up, what's going on? And you're having fun. You're still socializing. So I think, like, it sounds like you do a lot more incorporating your fun. Like, your fun has to have an incentive with it.
Or I gotta go.
I like that, yeah.
That's good, I like that.
And then I'm a kid at heart, so if I go, I'll ride go-karts.
Okay, smooth.
When I do leave, I do the paintball and stuff up here. And, the axe throwing.
Where's the paintball at?
In Fairview, they got a people out there every single day.
Okay.
But like, I'm a big kid, so when I do go, like, I'll get on the water slide and stuff like that. But when I'm here, like, I can't have fun at Watermer. I can't.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I can't do that. You know what I mean? But I'll leave town and I'll go do the most childish stuff, or I'll just go walk. Like I go to places where I like to hear the ocean splash.
Yeah.
So I just walk the beach and just gather my thoughts and know I can't do anything for anybody. Nobody can do nothing for me. I'm only responsible for me in this moment. Nobody else matters in the world but me, and I'll make friends somewhere else and be cool with it for the day, have a good time. I went to Mexico in September.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was my daughter's birthday. Something ended up happening to where I was there by myself.
Yeah.
Shit.
Nothing I could do for nobody. I left the resort with some dude, went to Coco Bongo. We had a good time out there. And it was an all-inclusive resort. I'm out there every night drinking with people that's there. And we just talking. I did a little challenge. I had a ping pong challenge, a little kid carnival thing. So I'll do fun stuff when I'm away. And I will interact with different people who I know we can't use each other. Just for some reason can't. I haven't figured out how to do it here.
Yeah. I think a lot of people feel the same way here too. In a small city there, it always feels like somebody could be watching you, and not somebody could be watching you, but you can always be seen. That's a better way to put it. So if you realize, like, if you ever go out of town and you're at the club, they're dancing. Mm-hmm. They're having fun. They're moving. The women are friendly when you talk to them. That are here. Everybody almost feels like they have a image that they must maintain. And if they do something, quote unquote, out of character, their image, it won't fit their image. And you know what I'm saying? Like, people will see them not living according to their image. Yeah. So I notice, like, I always try to do different shit with people. And I'm always inviting friends to different places. And I'm always, and a lot of my friends, they'll be like, damn, bro, how you know all these places? How you come here? How you did it? You be doing all this shit. And it's like, I just be trying shit.
Word.
I just be looking shit up and just going. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so much shit that's here for us, but we say, like, me and Jerm were at this shop the one day, and we just came up with a list of shit that you could do in Erie.
Right.
And non-traditional shit, like non-traditional neighborhood shit. You know what I'm saying? And we came up with a bunch of activities.
Listen, bro, I'll take advantage of this. It's so much to do in Erie.
It's so much shit to do here.
It really is, yeah. But I think when people say that, like, they say it with a small mind.
Yeah.
So they just look at, Waldermere, this, that, and that. And then they name like 5 things.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, if you name 5 things, for sure.
Yeah.
But there's so much more if you explore.
Yeah.
But a lot of people small-minded, and a lot of people going to think the same, and a lot of people going to follow somebody's suit.
Yeah.
Because especially in Erie, we a small town, everybody following the leader on this move.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like, it take that special person to go left a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when you go left, you'd be surprised. You're going to see a lot of stuff out there for real.
Yeah.
So go ahead and try it out.
Yeah.
Because, like, I cracked up when you said about that axe throwing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I said the same shit. It's like, I tried that axe throwing. That shit was all right.
Right.
I've been wanting to go for a minute. Yeah.
Like, no, for real. And then, like, when you said 5 things, like, it's a water right there.
Yeah.
Word.
I fish.
Yep.
I've been on jet skis. I've been in a kayak. I've rented a boat.
Yeah.
Swim out there. You have a picnic on the beach. That's 6 different things right there.
Yeah. Yep.
And they bring them tall ships up here. That's something to do.
Mm-hmm.
You can go out down there, like, no, for real. And then, like, the paintballing, the axe throwing.
Yeah. Peek and peek. I mean, everybody does peek and peek.
Yeah.
But then you got the YMCAs around here. Then you got it's different art galleries around here.
Yeah.
It's museums around here. You got it's 3 colleges right in Erie. So think about it. It's like I just got a job at Mercer's. They got 27 different athletic programs up there. I don't know how many Gannon has. I don't know how many Barron has. But it's literally that's the closest thing you'll get to pro sports.
Yeah.
So you can go to some of those events. You know what I mean?
Rec sports.
Right.
Regular rec.
Right. You got go-karts around here.
Yeah.
They got the
Mini
driving range up there. Putt-putter.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, but everybody just want to party and do it. Go to. They'd say we don't got no comedy club. We don't got no place to go listen to no jazz music.
Yeah.
And we don't got nowhere. But outside of those things,
That's cap though too, because
Right.
if you go to Room 33 on a Friday or Thursday or believe that I don't want people to know my spot site now.
Room 33 is lit though.
Nah, Room 33 is lit, but like I done took a couple girls there and they're like, oh, this shit is not like
Right.
so many
Yeah.
places
Yeah.
that people have never just been.
Exactly.
And it's downtown. It's downtown. You feel me? Like it's not like it's off in the woods or some shit. But it's people are just unwilling to try different stuff and I think there's comfort in just saying ain't nothing to do here.
yeah.
It's
For sure.
I don't even, like I think they believe it, but I think it's just comfortable to not look for something to do.
And I feel like that was like when you're younger, cool.
Yeah.
But as you age, you gotta explore.
Right.
If not, you're gonna be still trapped in the same mindset.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, it got to be growth with that for real.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, if you was to look at like an Erie events calendar, like you would see some things that's typically we as black people don't do. But then once you get involved, it's like, yo, this is kind of nice.
Word.
Like they be having stuff all year round to do. Like there's themes for the city to do around every season when things change. Like from the wine on the lake to they had the Roar on the Shore. I used to come out every year for Roar on the Shore just to be down here. They got the Rib Fest. Like anything that's going on down here, I don't care what it is. I come just because I'm a resident here. Yeah. And it's brought here for me. I live here in this city. And nobody's gonna exclude me from anything.
They all came for Ja Rule though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, but listen though. No, right?
Lit. That was nice.
And everybody was trying to kill Ja Rule though.
Yeah.
They was trying to kill him.
Yeah.
But hey, that was probably one of our best events we had for real.
Yeah, smoked that concert.
I think a lot of people came to be like, oh, this shit lame. We're gonna get.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
And then they had so much fun. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stuff like that, like little stuff, and then even like you got the 8th grade Tuesdays. They do that. Then you got the.
You got vineyards. You can go like you said, the wine tasting. You can just go to the
word. Yeah.
Your own fruits,
exactly.
your own vegetables and shit.
What is it called?
Cherry.
Where they do like, it's a different venue. I think is it Thursdays, but it's a different place every like they have it at the Jerry Park. The block party Wednesdays.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they do them anymore. It used to be Thursdays though. Yeah.
I used to be participating in all of that stuff. Like, I don't care. Like this is my city too.
Yeah. We got breweries. We got a shit ton of breweries here. People don't go.
I think the one thing we didn't appreciate when we had was the Bayhawks.
Yep.
Yeah.
We ain't appreciate that at all.
Yeah.
And we let that slip right between. Yeah.
Really?
Word.
Ever been to an Otters game?
See, yeah, I want to go.
Man, I be in.
Dog, I want to go because that.
Go.
Man,
I'm down.
Listen,
I'm down.
You've never been to an Otters game before, then I don't know why not, but you definitely need to experience an Otters game. I be having so much fun.
Yeah. I'm trying to get into that.
And then they get man. Listen, I've learned to appreciate hockey watching Erie Otters game. Like, and they be packing the house. Like it be days. where the crowd get into the game, they cheering. They got their little songs that they sing and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I be in there. I go to them games.
Okay.
Like,
Smooth.
Often as I can make it, I'm there. Matter of fact, they having one on February 28th. Erie Black Wall Street hosting one. It's the Black Ice Night. Like it's supposed to be they sponsoring Erie Black Wall Street.
February 28th. What is that? Wednesday?
Yeah.
That's 2 days from today. It's today, the 26th, right?
Sunday. Yeah.
All right.
Tuesday night.
We in there.
I'm in there. If you
Yeah. I'm gonna buy my ticket right after the pod.
You going?
Yeah, I'm going, man. I told you I'll be.
We going.
Yeah.
Park can be crazy around here, but I mean y'all close, so.
Yeah.
Park can be crazy, but I'm telling you, man, they be turned up down there, and I'll be taking advantage of everything that they had to offer around here before I say that ain't nothing.
Yeah.
If I don't like it, I'll at least make sure I try it first.
Word. I'm with you.
Earlier, I was gonna ask about this anyways. Earlier, you said you don't eat meat. So, what are you? What are you?
Vegan.
Vegan?
Vegan, yeah.
Okay.
Vegan.
How'd you get in? Before I even say how you get into that, what do you eat? What's like a regular week of eating, or like a regular day? A week is crazy.
All right, so I eat salad. I eat a salad every day. Like 5 days a week at least I eat a salad. But like for
What's in it?
Lettuce, tomatoes, onions, cucumbers, broccoli, Italian dressing, maybe some jalapenos or some banana pepper.
Okay.
But
I don't like regular lettuce.
No?
I don't rock with it. I always do spring mix or like baby spinach.
Okay.
Yeah, I think regular lettuce is just for show.
I mean, I mix it up, whatever.
It's just the crunch. No, I'm saying like in general, whenever there's regular lettuce, I just like, if there's spring mix, I'd rather get that.
That's more you trying to be fancy. Like,
No.
it's just for show. Spring mix is for show. The regular lettuce is what I was raised on. Now they got all this purple and green. I mean, I mix it all up to make it look festive, but.
My thing is, if I gotta eat this shit, let it be as nutrient dense as possible. You feel me? Like, that's my only thing. Like, I'm not about to eat some healthy shit that's not healthy. Yeah.
I mean, I just eat sometimes to satisfy my body.
That's fact. Yeah.
I mean, for the I eat a lot of rice because I love rice is my favorite food. Always my favorite food. But like for protein, for the most part, I eat mushrooms or beans. Like I eat a lot of mushrooms and beans.
Yeah. Mushrooms got a lot of protein in it.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Listen, then it's like what I learned being vegan. There's so many different kinds of mushrooms.
Yeah.
That it's like some of them have more protein than others. Some of them you can use you can make like steak out of portobello mushrooms, season them. Marinate them and all of that. Certain ways you can cook them. It's like oyster mushrooms. You can fry them like chicken, or they got the lion's mane mushrooms. You can kind of make like crab cakes and stuff out of that.
They got the texture like that.
Yeah, I mean you batter it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get the breadcrumbs and all of that.
Yeah.
Again, it's all just flour and water, no milk. So you season it, You make your batter like you would do chicken, and like when you eat some of the mushrooms, they got textures of different kinds of chicken. Honestly,
hold on.
I kid you not.
So I thought you was talking about you was sauteing the mushrooms with the chicken. You talking about you making the chicken out of
Making
mushrooms?
chicken out of mushrooms.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah, no, you make chicken out of mushrooms. It's crazy. Like, I was surprised at first too, being vegan. And before I made it myself, like when I travel, when you go to different places, they have vegan restaurants where people have already been doing it. So like, I've been to places where they got like fish. Like you can use hearts of palms. Hearts of the palm tree that fried, you season it a certain way, and it's like a seaweed seasoning you put on there, make it taste like fish, shrimp, chicken, burgers, all of that. So
I'm gonna keep asking about the texture because that's the hardest thing to reproduce. You can reproduce the flavor because even in chicken and beef and shit, the flavor is in the seasoning. You know what I'm saying? And that seasoning brings out the flavor a little bit more. But like, chicken doesn't taste like shit if you don't season it. Right. So like they're able to get the texture though.
Yeah. I mean, the oyster mushroom is certain mushroom. They got it. It's just if you look it up on your phone, it's a mushroom called chicken of the woods. Yeah. And it's like a big mushroom, but the way they cook it, like when you pull it, you tear it look like a chicken breast. You know what I mean? Got the lines in there. I kid you not. Like, and then like black bean burgers and stuff like that. Like, you'll be surprised how creative people get with, being. They can make cheese out of like cashews. Yeah. And, almonds and bananas and stuff like that. Like, you get real creative. It's not the exact same, but there are certain things that I've eaten to where if I were to give it to you and not tell you it wasn't chicken, you wouldn't know it wasn't chicken. You probably be like, yo, it's a little, you cooked this too hard or you ain't cooked this long enough, but it's good, but you wouldn't be like, shrimp. Like, I've had vegan shrimp to where it's like, and then like Fatima Gibbs, she live around here. It's certain stuff that she cooks. Yeah. Like, I got a text like, yo, you sure you didn't hit me with the for real? Nah, but like, So, but I started though, so I did the Daniel fast twice before, and it's like
what's the Daniel fast?
It's a 21-day fast where you don't eat nothing that's not coming out the ground. It's all natural. You don't drink nothing like no soda or none of that. Like, it has to be natural. If you want juice, like, you're pretty much making your own juice, like vegetables and stuff like that. So I did that twice before, and I did it more for personal reasons, like because it was a fast, Yeah. And everything came to light for me. But I was dealing with this girl, and she was like, "Let's see if we can not eat meat for 7 days." So I'm like, "All right, cool." So we go to 7 days. So I'm like, I'm going to try 10 because you're really a week, you really can't tell any impacts on your body. So I hit 10, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do 21 since I had already did the Daniel fast, to really see the benefits of it. After I hit day 21, I said, I'm going to try to make this a self-discipline challenge because if I've been eating meat for 33 years of my life and I can stop anything. I can give up on anything because it's something that I've become dependent upon. It's something that, like, I fed myself regularly and been fed. So now it's more of a discipline. How many days can I actually go without eating meat? And it'll be 4 years, April 7th.
Damn.
I still got like the temptation. I still be having cravings, like, because like I was a big dude. I probably lost like 60 pounds. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I like to cook. Like, Thanksgiving dinner, I'll do the whole dinner. I'm turkeys and roasting turkeys and cooking them. So like burgers, chicken wings, all that. Like, I love to cook. So then having kids, all my kids aren't vegan. So we want burgers. I still gotta cook it.
Okay, yeah.
Test it. You know what I mean? And then when I say vegan, no dairy, so no eggs, no cheese, no milk, no animal products whatsoever. Yeah. But then when I did it, it was April. So you got May is Memorial Day. Yeah. You got the grills out. June, barbecuing all summer. 4th of July.
Burgers is tough.
Yeah, like the whole then they got the Rib Fest down here.
Okay, yeah.
I still come down here, you smell all that. Then the Facebook videos, everybody selling dinners. Yeah. I seen somebody, this thing would have me going crazy. Somebody put like a rack of ribs on a sandwich and then just smash the bread and just pull every bone out.
Oh, shit.
And I was looking at that joint like, yo, that would be the one to take me out. Because it looked so good. But it's a challenge every single day. And that's why I enjoy it because it lets me know that I can discipline myself to go through anything. So I wasn't like, oh no, let's save the animals, let's heal the world. It was more of a, how many days can I go without eating meat? And it'll be 4 years on April 2nd.
Like 1,200 now, yeah.
Smooth,
Shit, I was vegan for 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched What the Health on Netflix, and they were saying some crazy shit.
A lot of people was like, "You must have watched that." I never seen it. Yeah. I heard about it.
That's what I watched. That shit got me. They was talking spicy. They was talking heavy. So I'm watching it, and like same thing as you. I don't really like. I'm not gonna say I don't care about the animals, but that wasn't my thing for a while. I stopped. I was just seeing all the stuff that they were talking about. Heart disease and and all the what do they call them? Chronic diseases, chronic illnesses. So I'm like, yo, I'm big on health. Like I'm super big on health. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and cut this shit out because I want to live as long as I get to live. I want to live it happily. I don't want to make my life longer because you can't. Your time is your time. But I want to live the time that I'm given happily. It's always been my mindset. So I stopped for like 6 months cold turkey. I watched this joint today. I started being vegan today. It was like that, you know? So I threw all this shit in the fridge out. Actually, no, I had roommates, so I didn't throw nothing out. But I'm like, I'm not eating none of this shit. Went to the store, grabbed a bunch of different stuff. And with the vegan thing, I think there's two mindsets people usually take. There's the mindset of like, what am I missing? So they'll be like, man, I can't eat this, can't eat that. And then there's the mindset of like, what am I gaining from this thing?
What do I look forward to? What do I have to look forward to?
And that's the mindset I took. So for the whole 6 months, I didn't try no substitutes. So you're like, oh, they make this chicken out of vegetables and they make this, that. I didn't try. I tried one thing and it was chicken. And it was made out of like seitan and like.
I don't know how to make that myself.
You know how to make the chicken?
The seitan, yeah?
Yeah, man, that joint tastes like real chicken. After I got it one time, I was like, I don't want it again. Because I was making some fun-ass, dope-ass foods, you know? And, yeah, like there's a lot of value in from that alone, it gave me a lot of value in the fact that I started picking up different vegetables. And I started cooking with different vegetables.
Yeah,
and I
started creative.
I started having most people, they have a passive relationship with food. They just eat what their parents have always given them to eat, and then they just make what they're used to.
Yep.
Like taking the time, whether you stay vegan, you go pescatarian, you go vegetarian, whatever it is, taking the time to be like, man, let me really look at the food that I'm making, and let me understand what I'm eating, and let me understand food, what each food does to me. It's a good thing. I think everybody should do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I honestly think more people would do it, but like they say, like health is wealth.
Yeah.
So with like whether going like vegetarian or vegan, people can easily spend with like a couple of dollars and get McDonald's. Yeah. Rather than if they would actually get like a full meal for like vegan, that would add up. Yeah. So I feel like at least the overall society, I feel like that's why more people aren't going like as far as super healthy, because some people can't afford to go healthy.
I feel like that's like hypocrisy. That's like a misconception. Yeah. Right? Because the reason it feels cheaper to eat healthier is because it's an upfront investment. Yeah. But when you buy all of your groceries and you decide what you're gonna cook for the week, and then you cook for that week, and then you take the amount of money you spent, say $100 on this week's groceries, and then you divide that by 15. If you say you're eating for 5 days, you divide that by 15, right? 100 by 15 is, what is that? Like $3 a meal, $4, $5, $6 a meal. Yeah. Whereas McDonald's, is $7. Yeah. You get a full meal, but then you gotta go and get $7.
Word.
So like when you give up a 20, when you just break 120, that doesn't feel like a big thing. But when you break 100, it feels like a big thing, and you remember that you broke 100 the whole week, but you forgot that you broke 720s throughout the week. It's just a 20. Yeah, it's just a 20. Yep. So it's like it's a misconception, and it's a preconceived notion that people hear other people say eating healthy is expensive, and then they just follow the trend of thinking that eating healthy is expensive. Yeah. You can eat healthy off of like, you can literally spend $30 and eat the whole week. Just get some eggs, get some oatmeal, get the shit that's healthy but cheap.
Yeah. You're right though.
Like, I'm about to eat healthy. Let's go get aged steak. Nigga, that shit is like $20. Yeah. Just for the meat, no sides.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Another thing, like what I've learned is like when people say eating healthy is expensive, so it's not that expensive for me, but it's time consuming because I
was about to bring that up too.
You know what I mean? And I don't buy all my stuff for the week because vegetables will go old or in the refrigerator if you don't prep them or you don't cook them. So like it's time consuming when you gotta go to the store. Like, all right, I'm gonna make me something to eat today. So now I gotta go to the store and buy all these vegetables. I gotta cut them, clean them, and then cook them. But then like over the course of time of being vegan and not eating all of that extra fatty shit, you know what I mean, getting all of that in. Like I said, it's days where I won't eat, and it's not. I don't feel starving. It's not like my stomach's rumbling and I'm ignoring it, but it's just like my body's so used to eating to be satisfied to where I don't have to eat 3 meals a day. So it's not really that expensive for me because if I give me a thing about it, if you get some beans and some rice, right? I eat a big bowl of rice and beans, let's say at 1 o'clock, and then I don't eat again until 8 p.m. or I don't eat it all for that day. How much is rice and beans? You know what I mean? Then I get an onion, cut up an onion, throw some mushrooms in there. We talking a $4 meal that's gonna last me. And if I make a big pot, I can eat that for 2 or 3 days. But a lot of people, when they think vegan, they think healthy. They think, okay, now you gotta have this pretty salad. You know what I mean? Then you're gonna have another pretty salad. And you gotta make your beans and your rice, and the price of the stuff is no. But like when you're a vegan, me as being vegan, I don't eat 3 meals a day. And there are days where like I'll eat one time for the day and be good until the next day. So it's not really costing me that much. And then my mind is more clear because I'm not eating meat, so I'm not so fixated on, I can't wait to get me some wings or a steak will be banging, because it's just like, bang, I'm gonna eat me some strawberries, eat me some kiwi, get enough, eat water-based foods that's gonna fill me up.
Yeah. You know, so my friend Cal in college, he told me this one thing. I remember we went to Taco Bell, and everybody ordered Taco Bell. It's late night. It's like 1 o'clock at night. Everybody got Taco Bell but Cal. And I'm looking at him like, yo, why you ain't get Taco Bell? This shit is cheap. It's good. What's up? And he just like, nah, I don't need Taco Bell. I said, why? He was like, because I had Taco Bell one time, and that shit was so good. I said, I'd never do it again. So he was scared. And it scared him because he thought it was unnatural. It was weird. Like, why is it so good, you know? And I thought it was the funniest thing ever, right? And I didn't understand it until like 2 days ago or yesterday. I grabbed Craig's mom. She be making brownies. You know what I'm saying? And I was at the house, and I ate one of her brownies, and I looked at that joint. I'm like, what? I shouldn't be eating something that's this good. You know what I'm saying? Like, no bullshit. Like, it sounds crazy, but it's like, this is unnaturally good. Because if we were 10 years ago, or not 10 years ago, if we were around like 1,000 years ago, you would never find that. It's not natural for you to eat something that's that palatable. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
And it causes you to, I want this shit all the time.
Yeah.
And it causes people to overeat like that. Like, I saw this one Asian doctor, and he was talking about how food has went from food to a product. When you start mixing, when you take things like chips, or you take potatoes, which is a starch, and then you fry it, so you make it extra crispy, and then you add salt to it. Now you're mixing a high level of fat, high level of carbohydrates, and salt. That kind of hijacks your brain to want that type of shit all the time. Right. You like food shouldn't become a product. Like, if you have something that's high in sugar and high in fat, your body doesn't know how to receive that signal. It's way too high of a signal. Now you want to eat BS all the time. And in reality, it's like we're supposed to eat like we're not what we're supposed to eat, but what we're used to. You know what I'm saying? Based on our like how we evolved, is to eat. Like, fruits used to not be as sweet as they are today. Right. They've been modified to become more sweet and to. If you ever see pictures of old fruits, it used to be like super high in fiber, a little bit of sugar, but like high in fiber, more high in protein. But now it's like everything is like, let's make it as sweet as possible. Let's make it as crunchy as possible. Let's make it as whatever as possible that people naturally crave. Now they like just want to buy our shit all the time, and that's not the right. That's not like optimal for human health, you know.
And they spraying that joint crazy too, making it brighter and all that stuff, and kind of taking like the natural. Like, cause I always ask this question, like, when the last time y'all seen a worm in an apple? Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Like, that's supposed to be a thing.
Yeah.
But like, they spray all that chemical on it, and it's like, it's not even natural no more.
Can't get to it.
Word.
Yeah.
So.
How do you supplement yourself for the stuff that you be missing? Because I know when I was doing it and I did some research, I know you don't get enough, like, your selenium comes from like animal byproducts and B12. So like there's certain things that we can't produce in our bodies ourselves and aren't produced in vegetables. Like, animals eat the vegetables and then produce it in their body, and then we get those specific nutrients and minerals. So like how do you supplement for like B12 and selenium? And
I said that I wanted to see a dietitian because I really don't consider stuff like that for real. Like, and I don't know if I should or I shouldn't, because I haven't gotten sick, haven't broken any bones, I haven't felt any, like, when I go do my checkups and stuff like that, like, everything comes back clear. So like, I don't feel like, I mean, although I know people say it all the time, like, oh, you need iron and you got to get this and you got to get that. How are you, like, what about your calorie intake, or are you getting enough protein? Are you getting, and it's like, I probably should be more conscious of it, but like, my life has never been better than it has been since I started being me. I've never felt this healthy.
Yeah.
You know, I've never been this clear-headed. You know, I've never been like felt this good in my heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then even like my stool changed, my sex drive changed. Like so much has changed to where it's just like, why would if I based on my own personal studies with things I've done with myself, why would I go based on something that I've seen on the internet or a newspaper saying I need to check these things because every human needs this stuff to live when life has been good for me so far?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I should or I shouldn't.
Yeah.
I get asked that question a lot as far as like things that I need in my body or should have in my body, but I have not felt this good in my entire life.
I take consider it, and like you said, it's a smart idea to talk to someone who specifies in like vegan,
Right.
because a lot of times the deficiencies in certain things don't happen
Overnight.
Yeah. So like if you don't, I don't know, if you don't, your body overstores certain vitamins because it knows it won't get it for a long time. Because the way our ancestors or whatever you want to call it, they would eat and starve.
Mm-hmm.
You think about it like earlier when you was like, oh, I don't eat 3 times a day. I only eat twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
That's because that's what I prefer. But if you think about like when we were hunter gatherers, yeah, you would eat a shit ton today, and then you would eat again on Wednesday, because you gotta catch what you gotta catch, or you gotta go forage for what you gotta forage. So your body naturally stores things up, and sometimes you might be deficiency might be working its way there, but it's not there yet.
Right.
Yeah, but if you feel good, that's good though.
Right.
You're doing better than what most people are doing. Most people are on sad diets.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are eating to die, I'm eating to live.
Yeah.
All right. Sad diet.
Sad diet.
Sad diet.
American side diet, man. Standard American diet.
Yeah.
Word, dang.
Go ahead.
No, I was thinking about this Chris Rock joke. He was saying like, yo, America's like the only country on earth where like people are hunting on a full stomach.
No, for real.
Like,
For real.
that's crazy.
Crazy, yeah.
Like people would like when people be like wasting water, wasting food, like that old joke was like, hey, that person would be happy to have that.
Yeah.
Like that was real. Like
Right.
we be so wasteful for real. People would be so grateful just to get that sip.
Yeah.
Cause they don't. Yeah. So like.
I mean, even if you think about how people overstock their refrigerators or overstock even overstock stores, like you said, like how many animals are dying just so it can sit on the shelf until somebody's ready to eat it.
Yeah.
And then
Some get
you
tossed.
got to go throw. Yeah, it got to get
Right,
thrown
though,
out.
yeah.
And again,
Word.
I'm not the big save the animals person, but coming back to what you said, like people will literally have more than what they need and be trying to get more so that they don't run out. Like I'm gonna make sure that I don't run out of burgers. And it might not be enough burgers for you, but as long as I got something for tomorrow, my man ain't gonna have none today.
Yeah.
And it's just like I said, it's days where I don't even eat to where if I had to give a burger away, like, yeah, here you go, my man, like, have at it. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
We got like 10
facts.
minutes. Y'all want to swing back to the social experiment?
Yeah, I was about to ask about that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like, what are like your upcoming plans for the podcast? What do you got coming up for the future? Like, fitness, health, all that, whatever.
What I'm thinking, what I was, and I only talked to like 2 people about this, but March is Women's History Month.
Okay.
And I had my first female guest like last week, but I want to kind of integrate more women and get them involved. And the reason why I started with men is because at the point, it was a whole women empowerment movement. Women, they had their little march and all of this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we as men aren't being recognized and aren't being acknowledged.
Agreed.
But the women are doing their thing and they like the catalyst behind it. And I feel like women can motivate men to do more than I can. Because I done did the
Absolutely,
podcast and talked to so many different people, and it kind of went for a minute, but the message kind of died to where you still see the women doing their thing. So if I can get some of the women to kind of come on the show and speak up, and I'm gonna get them to talk about what they think men should be doing as far as leaders or being more active and being more involved, I feel like more men will kind of pay attention, or more women will watch it and tell their men, like hey, this is like, you see what he on, like this is the type of stuff, like y'all need to figure out a way to where y'all can come together because we're going to do what the women say do. We always have. History,
Agreed.
wars have been because of women. So now I'm looking at it to be more strategic to interact with the men through talking to different women and having different women talk to different women about some of the things that us as men, in my opinion, should be doing. It's only my opinion, and it's not universal. You know what I mean? But I feel like I do a lot of good things. I have a lot of good things to say to where it would be nice to see other men doing some of the things that I'm doing, and I say that without sounding cocky about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, honestly feeling like if I had more support, if there were 10 men who thought, moved, and did things that I did, I would have a bigger impact on the people that I would like to interact with or impact.
Smooth.
So I plan on figuring out a way to strategically encounter more men and get the women involved and use the women to pull the men together, and then on top of that, then some of the women can kind of get their stuff together. Because now they know what type of men they should be talking to and shouldn't be talking to.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If we get some women on here talking to some different kind of men, now the ladies ain't lowering their standards, and then us as fellas, we got to step our game up as well. Because if I'm going to be a bum and I can get a bad chick, I'm going to be a bum and get a bad chick.
Yeah.
But if I want a bad chick and she ain't dealing with no bum, but I still want this bad chick, now I got to step my game up. And she now knows her standard. She knows different men who are actually walking in this standard. Now us as men are kind of talking to each other about like, yeah, bro, we don't need to be talking about X, Y, and Z. Let's go do something productive now, or let's go have some fun intentionally. Let's not go start no mess. Let's go tell these kids stop killing each other because the ladies ain't talking to us because we bum. That's like my approach for real. Like take advantage of the theme of the Women's History Month and try to see if I can get some more women who are involved on the show who will have an impact on some of the men in the community.
That's probably the best thing about podcasts. Like podcasts are like the women's talk shows. And like you kind of saw like how talk shows like
because women got talk shows.
That's what I'm saying. The podcast for like men it's equivalent to
that's what I was saying.
and like it's crazy because like you saw kind of how as men we were kind of influenced by like the talk show, like whether your mom watched Wendy Williams or whoever, like Oprah, all that don't really matter. Then like that mindset that I was kind of carried, like when you watched that, you thought about that type of stuff. Y'all was in that circle. But as far as like they was able to talk about whatever they wanted to. Now men on podcasts, we feel comfortable to talk about however that we wouldn't really be in like every day, like just sitting down.
I agree.
Like so we can get on this mic and talk, like and not feel about getting judged and all that other stuff. So it's weird, like.
It's almost like they want to take that away too, though, because if certain men, when they say when you say an opinion that is not favored by women, and it's not favored by the narrative that's being pushed out there, they try to crucify you. They try to call you these names. They try to call you misogynist. They try to call you this, that. Like look at Kevin Samuels. He got a really bad rep in terms of like he's trying to shit on women. But the thing is, if you actually listen to the stuff he said. His main purpose was to get people to be more
accountable.
More accountable, one, but also he's trying to get more people to find love and be in love, right? And that was his intention. Like if you come to me and you say, "What the fuck is wrong with me?" and I tell you, you know what I'm saying, your socks too tight and your anything random, and you're like, "Man, what the fuck do you mean?" So it's like you came to me to say I'm looking for love, and what you wanted was you wanted an answer that was comfortable. But what I gave you was an answer that would produce results, but it's uncomfortable. You're fat with 10 kids. You're not gonna get $100,000 man, $100,000 or whatever. And it's like I be feeling like a lot of.
And I do hear you on that, but like I look at it like this, right? So like as society, like we were all taught something, and we're on that road unless we decide to get off. And if they were taught something the whole time, just like as men, we're taught to be like this as a man. Like, I don't want you to cry as a man. You can't express this feeling as a man. Now, women are pretty much going through the same thing as far as like how they think a man should be. Now,
never thought about that. I like that perspective.
Now, us on a podcast, we talk about how our feelings should be. So now it takes listening instead of talking. Listen to what we're saying. Both sides. Then you get the answers from there.
They're not though. They're not. They're really not.
I made it a joke first. They say, you know what? No, they're really not listening.
They're really not. They're really not. Because I'll watch podcasts and then like the men will be like, this is the only thing I want from a woman. This, that, and the other. And one will be like, that's bullshit. You a massage. So it's like they don't want to give up the perspective that they were that they bought into. Because that's a hard thing to do. To be able to be like, I believed this for a long time, and this was the wrong thing. Let me adjust my perspective for everybody. That's a hard thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And I feel, and then maybe again it's the case of like the loudest mouths are the one that are being like actually recorded. When it could be the majority of women at home like, wow, I never thought about that, and actually accepting that and changing that. But then the people that are saying the sensational things are being repeatedly like put.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Absolutely.
I think it's weird because like I got female friends and I know they watch and they always give me certain feedback.
Yeah.
And I feel like the things I say and whatever and the jokes, the ideas I throw out or whatever, they treat it as if they actually do listen. But I know if, say, some of the things I said or ideas I had, if it gone to more of a mainstream place where more women and whatever was listening,
Yeah.
I don't think I would get that
Yeah, a lot of that stuff, like,
understanding.
that's why, like, it's what we talked about earlier, like, trying to be that good person on that good path, like, it sometimes sucks because you trying to put out that message.
Yeah.
And, you know, when trying to get to that mountaintop, people ain't going to want to hear that message.
Yeah.
Because somebody went about it another way, and they sold they soul pretty much to get up to the top, so they don't got to go through that. So, like, it's wild, and that's why, like, you got to stay strong. Like, being a good soul, you got to stay strong.
Yeah.
It's easily to be like, man, I want to give this shit up and just do that.
Yeah.
Because I know I can do that. I can get on easy, rather than to stick on this level and put in the work. But it's worth the work.
Yeah.
As long as you see your destination, like, you got to keep on reminding yourself too, motivate yourself.
Yeah.
So,
how do y'all feel about the statement? It's a little bit off, but it's about women, and I want other people's perspective on it. But I thought about this, and I think this is true too. Black women. He turned. I thought about this, and I think it's true. And correct me if I'm wrong, right? Because, like, I want the best perspective possible. But I think black women aren't that good at gauging black men's potential. How do y'all agree? How do y'all feel about that statement?
explain that more.
So I feel we talk about this at the shop sometimes too. A lot of black women will gravitate towards bums. It'll be like a bum, and he'll have 10, 11 baby moms, and it's more women lining up to have babies with him. You know what I'm saying? And like it's like the guys that they're always like. I thought about that statement that they always say. Why do all the good black men always grab white women, right? And I think it's a convenient saying. Good black men grab white women. What's the defining factor of good black men? First of all, you know what I'm saying? And what's the defining factor of a good black man? And a lot of times, this good black man has found success, and men tend to not find success right away. Yeah. And when they find success, they stick with the people that they brought up with them. So a lot of times it'll be like maybe a white woman stuck with this black man until he became rich and successful.
Yeah.
And now he's been a good man. He might have had good character, good whatever, but he might have been like instead of being like a street dude, he might have been a button-up guy with khaki pants, but he was always a good man. Yeah. But now you're calling him a good man because you are visually seeing his vision actually come into fruition. So a lot of times I be thinking, when women say that, it's like, oh, good black men always pick white women when they get up. It's like, did you ever give the guy with the lame guy a chance? You know what I'm saying?
I've been thinking about a joke this whole time. And so everybody, like, in life, we all have a role. We all have positions. Yeah. So the joke goes like, all right, if I'm the quarterback and you're a running back, or vice versa. Yeah. And this is a center. If I'm underneath the center calling a hike, you can't be next to me calling a hike too.
What do you say? What does that mean? Okay, so what does that mean to the overall?
There's roles. Okay. So the joke was that sometimes in a relationship that they might not know their separate roles or want more than their role. They might want your role too. And
who was that? Like the woman?
Yes.
No, but I'm saying in terms of gauging potential.
I mean, I think no, but so here's my take on it. Yeah. Because, and I think you gotta consider the trauma and the history of the things that we've seen. But when you say like black women aren't able to gauge the potential in men,
aren't good at it.
Aren't good at it. So I would disagree with that because for the sake of this, us as black men, our mothers are our biggest supporters. A lot of our mother.
They're what?
Are a bigger supporter.
Biggest, okay.
You know what I mean? So my mom knows when it's times when I'm down that I'm gonna be okay and I'm gonna be all right and I'm gonna see the light.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And vice versa. I'm hopefully everybody else's mother does the same thing. So my mother, I consider her to be a black woman, and she can gauge my potential as me developing. Outside of her love for me as a son or not, she still has the ability to do so. But then you think about it, when you think about the traumas and things that we've been through in the black community, a lot of women don't know how to love a man or respect a man because us as black men throughout our history haven't been able to love and respect ourselves. So they feel like they should treat us based on what we've shown them through our own history and what they've seen from their fathers and their uncles and the way some of their mothers and aunts have treated the men. So I don't think it's more of a something that they feel like they have to do or they need to do. I think it's something that like people aren't educating themselves on how their childhood and their history is affecting their relationships today. But I do believe that black women have that capability because black women love their sons. Like, it's kids who shoot schools up, and then the mom is like, that wasn't my baby.
The thing is, there's a automatic social contract between children and parents. So that's a different context, right? In the sense of, I was literally reading yesterday night about how your childhood experiences affect your relationship and your attachment styles as an adult. So I hear what you're saying, but the caveat of what you're saying is, mom and a dad, a mom. Yeah, no, but I'm saying, no, in this context, I'm talking about the parent, not just a woman as a person. Right. But a mom is always gonna believe, well, not always, but is highly likely to believe in their son, even if their son ain't shit. Right. But a stranger is gonna gauge your potential without too much emotional attachment to you. So it's gonna be a more unbiased assessment.
But the capability is still there, is all I'm saying.
The capability of what?
The capability of being able to gauge a man's potential as you being the gender of a woman.
No. What I'm saying is, from a parent to a child, the ability to gauge isn't necessarily there. I mean, it's there, but you're gonna believe in them no matter what, is what I'm saying. You feel me? But if you run into a person, let's remove the relationship aspect. If I run into a person and I talk to them, man, woman, whatever, and I'm for like 5 minutes, I could be like, this person is smart, and he's probably gonna do something with his life. You know what I'm saying? Unbiasedly. What I'm saying is, I think a lot of, and I'm only going off of that statement that like, a lot of black men get up and then they get white women. I'm going off of that statement, and I always thought about that statement, like, why do they always say that? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like black men love white women. I mean, black women more than everybody else. That was crazy. That was a crazy ass joke.
I think, like, instantly when we as black people, black men or black women, we see a black man with a white woman, we instantly jump to the conclusion of she's submissive to him or he's milking her or something like that. And we don't never consider the fact that that might just be his preference.
Might be a good person, yeah.
Simply, that's it. Like, he talked to this girl, he interacted with this girl, he liked her. This is who he's with. She's white, he's black, okay. And like I was saying, like, I might want a baked potato. He might want French fries. That's okay. Like, we have our preferences. Don't judge me because of what I like. But don't make it seem like, oh, well, the only reason why he's eating the baked potato is because the fat and the grease and all of that, and try to make it seem like I'm doing something wrong or he's doing something wrong because he chose French fries. But I think we get so fixated on the whole black-white thing when it comes to relationships that we never actually look at people as just being people and having preferences and having things of what they like. So because I don't like, it's and there are some black men who are just attracted to white women. Because that's what they like. It's not because, oh, I can't trust a black girl or my tires get sliced and all of that. It's just literally, I like the girl over there. You know what I mean? And I think like the world is so big that we can easily say that it's a lot of black dudes or white women, but when you think about it, like, what would the numbers really say?
There's more black men with black women.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
But they don't get mentioned though.
And then why if a black man decides he wants to be with a white woman, why is that a problem? And I'm not asking you. That's a rhetorical question. They put so much emphasis on it. It's like, you only want to support me as a black king if I'm doing what you think that I should do as a black man. Because at the end of the day, I'm still a black man. If I'm with a white woman, a Puerto Rican woman, a Japanese woman, if you're telling me Black Lives Matter and you feel like you want to support me as a black king, then support me as a black king. Respect me in my decisions. I'm not ruining the world or interrupting the world if I'm dealing with a white woman. And I'm not saying I can play devil's advocate with anything, but what I'm saying is, why is it that you can only support me as a black man if I'm doing or I'm living in my blackness what you think blackness is? Instead of me this is my blackness. You know what I mean? My blackness is me dating a white woman. This is who I'm going to deal with. And when you see me, I should still be respected as a black man and not Uncle Tom, or not, oh, you over here chasing the white girls, and none of that. Because at the end of the day, if I'm doing good things and I'm doing it for my community, respect that.
Word. I'm with that.
That's facts.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, we get so caught up in the stigmas and the stereotypes that then it's even difficult for some of us to look at white girls or talk to white girls because we feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like we out, all of us go out, we somewhere and we hang and we chilling. It's all kind of thick, sisters all over the place. And I see a white girl, I'm like, shit. You know what I'm saying? Look at this white girl. I'm like, oh man, I don't want them to see. I'm watching her out the corner of my eye. I'm trying to figure out a time where I can interact with her on the low without y'all seeing me. Right. And then on top of that, without the other black people seeing me go talk to the white girl because stereotypically it's frowned upon. The baddest white girl in the world might walk in a bar where it's all black people, and the first black man to go talk to her is going to be criticized and ostracized just because, he must think she got money. His mom ain't treat him wrong. He must have just broke up with his woman, as opposed to him might just be looking like, man, this is a beautiful woman. Just and I want to introduce myself to her. But we can't, unfortunately, and we shouldn't, unfortunately, but it comes a point in time where we got to kind of get rid of that because, to each their own.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy too, like some of us get a certain stigma just because the way you speak, the way you dress, the way you, like, I feel like, and this, they brainwashed us to think like this through media and stuff, right? Media always portrays that if you're not a stereotypical black person, you aren't a black person. You ain't black enough. You ain't black enough.
You ain't black enough.
And we started to embrace that. So when like I feel like I'm an individual. I feel like we're all individuals, but I tend to follow social norms less and people's dynamics way less. Whatever I like, I'm gonna do. Whatever I'm interested in, I'm gonna do. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you can't tell me I'm not black, because if being black is growing up in the struggle and having a hard life, and I've been poor as fuck. I used to take showers. I used to have to heat the tea kettle, pour it into a bucket to take a shower. We used to like steam bread. You know what I'm saying? So it's not crusty and like crunchy, so it can be soft, so we can eat it. Back in Africa, so like you can't take away my, like, I struggled in my life, but I'm still very much a intelligent individual. You know what I'm saying? And I hate the fact that I gotta even say intelligent individual, because then that separates, like, if you're intelligent, you're not black, and it's crazy the shit that they put on us.
You're too smart.
Yeah, word.
You must got a little something in you.
Yeah, that shit is so weird, and like, yeah, man, I don't know. It's like I get a stigma, and people have told me this to my face. Women, they've been like, yeah, you must like white girls, right? I'm like, yeah, some, but I love black women. You know, I love black women. Right. Yeah, but it's so weird. So it's like, I don't know. It's just weird. I feel like there's too much emphasis on what men should do in the world. So earlier when you was like, you gonna bring women on so they can tell, so you can get an idea of what men should be doing. I just thought it was like, that's gonna be interesting.
And like, yeah, I'm glad that you said that, because like I don't like when women do that either. As far as like, I tell people all the time, there's no way you can tell me how to be a man if you've never been a man. You never walked in my shoes. But the way that I want to pose that question is, what type of man would work for you? What do you see as a good man or a great man, or what do you think that a man should be doing for you to attract you and what you have going on? Not universally, because a lot of women will get their opinion. Oh, man needs to be doing this, and I've literally been in arguments with women like, you will never ever be able to tell me what I need to be doing or should be doing as a man. Maybe as your man and what you would accept or not accept. But as far as a man, I don't care what your dad said or what your uncle said or your brother said, or you raise your son. You feel to raise your son. But you can never, ever tell me what I need to be doing as a man, because you've never experienced any sense of manliness. And I don't like when women say, I'm the mom and the dad. I understand you raising a child on your own, but you can never be somebody's dad. You know what I mean? Right. And this is not to, get into the whole, I know it's sensitive with the transgender thing. So I'm not talking on the sense of that as far as, but I just mean like as far as a woman actually being able to sit and tell me, oh no, as a man, you're supposed to be working and taking out the trash. I would question like, how do you know what I as a man should be doing? Because I would never tell a woman what she should be doing. I would give her suggestions if she's involved in my life, or my opinions based on what I've seen my mom do. And it's only up to you, but I believe, like what y'all was saying, women are very forceful with how they feel a man should be, and I don't think they take into consideration that we're looking at them like, yo, you can't tell me what to do as a man because you haven't even been through the struggles that I've been through.
And I think they do that because like so we have women that have fathers in their life.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of women that don't have fathers in their life.
Yeah.
So now it's like an imagination of what I fixate what a man should be.
Yeah.
Instead of what I went through. And then sometimes what everybody's go through as parenting is different from somebody else.
Yeah.
So like that think like a man stuff, that's what set it off.
Yeah, I told her this crazy. I was talking to her. I said, like, listen. I said, well, she's like, I wouldn't act like a man. I would think like a man. I said, I don't think that it's a good idea for a woman to be thinking like a man. And if I, as a man, ever realized that you, as a woman, were thinking like a man, I would treat you like a man.
Yeah.
She's like, what you mean? Like, just what I said. Like, if you telling me that you can think like me and move and act like me, like, there's no need for us to be in a relationship. I'm going to treat you like a man. Like, don't sit here and think that you can stereotype me based on what you studied or who you've been around to, or now you know my every move. But since you want to act like you bro, that is how you will get treated. And I'm not going to acknowledge you as bro, but don't think that it could ever be anything serious between you and I because you feel as though you now know how a man thinks. I said, I don't care. You're a woman. You don't have half a brain as a man and half a brain as a woman. And I said, I wouldn't even be taking advice from somebody who has half a man's brain and half a woman's brain to try to tell me how to be a man. And it clicked to her at the end, and she kind of like switched up some of the stuff she was saying. But if you're going to think like a man, why not be treated like one? And I don't mean physically. Or nothing like that,
Yep,
but,
I'm with you.
you know, like, okay, since you feel like men, since what you're saying is we don't talk about our emotions, men don't communicate well, and we just, okay, well, then that's how I'm going to treat you. I'm not that type of man that you study, but since this is what you want, I'm going to give you this, and we don't have too much time for communication and interaction because you're not a sensitive woman.
Yeah. I feel like one more thing, too. A lot of people repeat what they heard other people say, and then they say things that they think other people would agree with. So, like, a lot of times,
True.
You know, on these podcasts that specialize in the polarization of men and women, they'll ask women a lot of times, what should a man do? How much should he make? Da-da-da. And women will just repeat some shit that they heard on a reel before they come on the show. He should make 100,000. He should make da-da-da. Like, why do you need that? And they got no, like, the second question always stumps them. Because they got no follow-up.
You know why?
Men and women. But, you know?
Like, you can always stump somebody by just asking that person to explain.
Yeah.
Like, explain that. Because you might have similarities to everyone else, but for your words, it's going to be different. So if you can't explain, then you just piggybacking off of somebody else for real. So
pretty much. And then it's usually those ones, you be like, okay, then what do you bring?
Yeah, no, for real. What you mean? I'm sexy. I can cook. Shit, I'm sexy too, and I can cook too. You know what I mean? Like, I need more than that. So. But that topic always interests me, and like when I'm discussing it, I always choose my words wisely because I don't want to offend or upset anybody. Because there is ways for a woman to upset me when she speaks. I'm not gonna say if not, she won't offend me, but upset me when she speaks in the sake of what a man, not her man, or her son, but what a man should be doing, and they make it so universal that we're all supposed to be uniform to move in the way of her. And then especially when, like you did say, some women have fathers or that, but then especially when it's a woman who's never ever seen this kind of man in her life.
Exactly.
So it's like, how are you telling me that I'm supposed to be taking out the trash, paying the bills, taking the kids to school, protecting you, fixing holes in the wall, going to sand the roof, and all you're supposed to do is cook and take care of the kids because based on what? Where have you ever seen that work? Where have you studied that to know that happens? And can you, since this is the way that you want to lead me, teach me why this thing is supposed to be the way that it is? And if you as a woman can't teach me those things, don't tell me those things. But we see, the TV shows and the idealist, and then we had these dream concepts to where this is the way it's supposed to be. Like, you've never, ever seen this. And then let's say I do this. Let's say, for instance, I do follow the steps that a woman says a man is supposed to do. And I do it for 10, 20 years, and we get nowhere and we fail. Is she going to take responsibility for that? Like, I was the dream man. I did everything that you wanted me to do. Now you want to divorce me because you're not happy with me living the way that you thought that I should live because you thought this was how it was supposed to be, as opposed to us grinding together and learning together and taking out the damn trash at the same time together if it's too heavy, whatever the case may be. But you know what I mean? Like, people have these imaginations of what relationships are supposed to look like based on how they feel and not actually what they've seen. And a lot of people ruin relationships trying to have these fantasy relationships.
You're right.
Or trying to have these relationship goals to where I'm supposed to be doing X, Y, and Z, and they're not even considering how overwhelming this is for me as a man, because then we as men aren't supposed to talk about our feelings.
Yeah.
So if you're stressing me out and I'm anxiety ridden and I'm overwhelmed and I'm always trying to meet your standard and meet your criteria, and you continue to pour pressure on me, I'm not allowed to bust as your man. I'm not allowed to explode as your man, because I still got to be that protector and that provider. But you say you can think like a man, and you're not understanding how your thought process of me being a man is affecting me as an actual man, because that's the half that you're missing.
Yeah.
And that's my take on that when it comes to, like, you know, the comparison conversation, because then women will get uptight too when you try to tell a woman what she should be doing as far as how to dress, what to wear, what she should be cooking, how often she should work out and stuff like that. It's like, I carried your baby for 9 months, and I get that. That's why I feel like those are sensitive subjects, and that's that double standard conversation that a lot of people shouldn't indulge in if you're not ready to take the feedback and be open-minded to hearing what you have to hear and not taking offense to it, understanding this is just somebody's opinion based on the things that they've seen in their life, their own personal traumas, or their own expectations.
Yeah.
You know, catching feelings. So, and I see those conversations always go south because voices get raised. Now she want to be heard.
People in their
Nobody's listening.
People in their feelings, And one thing that people have a hard time doing is realizing that another person's perspective, your perspective does not have to be another person's perspective. If you believe something, it's not your job to convince the other person to believe what you believe. It's your job to present what you believe in as clear and concise way as possible. And if it's of value to them, they will adopt it. If not, that's okay. We can be people of different mindsets.
And I think what us as society, like, this is where we mess up. So I mean, especially like, I'm speaking like the men as far as, but we can kind of engage with as far as like the Shannon and Skip, the first takes, stuff like that, where we are taking facts and putting emotion in facts and trying to make it opinionated. A fact is a fact. Don't matter what emotion you give, it's a fact. Now we're trying to make a fact being opinion based. And that's not the case. So if something is what it is, it is what it is. You shouldn't feel no type of way. That's just how it is. So we just got to learn to, just accept that.
An important thing though too is like understanding that, like you was talking about perspective, because like I remember going to church and my pastor saying like, what does an elephant look like? I mean, when you think about what an elephant looks like, and if we could use examples, this water bottle. Like, if you and I are looking at this water bottle right now, I could ask you, what did this water? He could ask us, what did this water bottle like? You would tell him something completely different than I would tell him. Because we're looking at it from different angles. That does not mean that you're wrong. So a lot of people can't understand that. Like, if you're looking at the front of the elephant, you might be like, this thing is beautiful. I'm sitting behind it like, yo, I don't want to be looking in the ass.
Word.
I don't see beauty. And you up there like, oh, no, it's so pretty, man. You got to see it. It's got the ivory. And, you know, you can see all that. I'm like, yo, I see shit. I'm looking at shit and I don't want it. And you like, yo, bro, you tripping. Like, this thing is, and I'm looking, and then it comes into us having an argument because I'm not realizing you're not seeing it how I'm seeing it, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So I think that's where the opinions and the facts come into play, because the fact of the matter is, there's an elephant in the room. I'm looking at the ass, you looking at the face. The perspective, that's the perspective. So then the opinions come as you see beauty, I see shit. But we both are looking at factual information. And I can accept the fact that you see beauty, but you need to accept the fact that I see shit. And people can't go that way because it's like, I'm right.
You're not willing to let someone else have their own perspective of the same thing, because then it challenges your perspective of it.
Exactly.
And that's a flawed way of thinking. But hey, man,
that was great.
We had this was an awesome.
I rock with this.
If y'all want to keep going, we got time. We got a whole nother card.
I got a paper to do.
Okay. Where can they find you?
Word.
Real quick.
Well, my name is Deonte Cooley. I'm also on Facebook. It's Deonte Cooley. Instagram is Deonte Cooley. The Social Experiment on YouTube. But I pretty much use my name. I'm a real estate agent as well, licensed realtor in the Erie. So
you help people
buy homes
LLCs
and sell homes. Yeah.
Right?
Help people with LLCs. I've helped people like fix their credit, build their credit, repair their credit.
Tap in.
Non-profit organizations, I've helped people with that. I've helped people do resumes, business plans, cover letters, like anything that people need to help them get to the next level. I will help you do it because I've learned how to do it, or I have enough resources to help connect you with the people.
Okay.
I'm not going to act like I know how to do something if I don't. I'm not going to screw nobody over.
100%.
But I do know, like I said, I know people who are good at things that I'm not good at, and I can point people in the right direction. But Yeah, man. But overall, I do a little bit of everything for real.
Yeah.
I was talking to my son about it. Just like, I don't ever want anybody to be able to put me in a box. Like, oh, that's the dude who, like, when you think of me, like, oh, Deonte, the dude who, all kind of stuff comes out.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Like, oh man, all he do is sitting there and play that video game. Because this was the example I use my son. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm always working. Like, I might sell you a house. You know what I mean? I might type your resume. I might fix your credit. I might give you a ride. I might cut your grass. You know what I mean? Like, babysit your kids. Like, you never know what I'm doing. Like, you never keep me or put me in a box. And that's why I like to keep moving. But yeah, I wish I could have, because I really enjoyed this conversation. I put this paper off to the last minute.
Yeah.
My interview with Brooklyn is due tonight, so I was typing it this morning. Though. I got like 6 or 7 pages typed up.
All right, smooth.
It's nothing for real, but I just don't want to get too deep into the day.
I'm with you.
Right.
Yeah, it's due
Yeah,
at
definitely
midnight.
hear that.
But yeah, no, I definitely appreciate this. I like that setup over here too, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate
I'm
it.
glad you came through. I told you, what was it, yesterday or Friday?
I think it was Friday.
Friday, yeah. I told you this was gonna be a good one, and I was excited for it. So I think we had a good conversation. Very informative, and you know what I'm saying. Just like appreciate your perspective and you sharing everything you had to share today, man.
Absolutely.
I appreciate your time and your invitation too. Man. We gotta do this again, though. I'm not opposed to coming back and having another conversation.
Yeah. I'm with that. Yeah.
We could come back and shit on women more. Sorry, no.
We'll do that.
Sorry, no, not at all. But yeah, man, this
There
was
was
dope.
Yeah.
This was dope. Y'all got anybody y'all want to shout out this week?
Nah, I'm gonna just keep it here, man. We had a good, dope conversation. Naturally, I like to just hear people talking, soak stuff in. So
Yeah.
I think this is my first time meeting you in person and all that stuff. And yeah, definitely good conversation and stuff. So have you back again, that'll be dope. And yeah, no shitting on women. We don't do that.
Yeah, we ain't doing.
Word.
I know. I'm playing.
Slow down. I love the ladies, man.
Yeah, we love the ladies.
Nah, but
The white ones too.
this is definitely dope though.
You said the white ones too?
Yeah. I got jokes now, man. We can
I
cut.
think I'm starting to realize I like white women more than I initially thought. It's sad. Sorry.
We are derailing.
Sorry, no. I love everybody, man. If you got a dope personality, you cool.
Word.
You know, but
Yeah. I'm with that though. I mean, next time we might have to come on your joint for real. Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
Smooth.
Hey man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share all that stuff.
Know it.
Share more than anything else. But yeah, thank you for giving us your time and your energy, man. We appreciate y'all.
Word. We out.
Sincerely.
Flashmob.
Flashmob.
Hey.